I'm Adam Barralet and welcome to this Crystal Connection video. We're exploring different crystals for grounding. Now, life can get really stressful. We can get overwhelmed by the amount of obligations on us, the to-do list that never seems to end, or just the demands of so many other people wanting so many different things from us when all we want to do is do what's important to us. Of course, we have these beautiful gifts of nature and different crystals that can help to ground and settle us. Sometimes just by holding a crystal, you'll notice that it starts to bring you back into the present and calm you down and help to deal with all those stresses. In general, crystals that are red, brown, black or grey can really help to ground you. And I'm going to share with you some of my favourites and some little techniques you can use along the way. So hopefully their soothing and grounding vibration will be able to help you to get through your day a little bit more grounded, a little bit more centered, and a little bit more able to deal with all the stresses that come at you. A classic grounding crystal and one of my favourites is red jasper. Of course, all jaspers, the entire family, are very nurturing and soothing in their energy. But red jasper is really, its earthy tones really help to ground you when you are feeling overwhelmed. What I love about red jasper is red jasper helps to bring simplicity into our lives, and often a cause of our overwhelm and our stress is because we're trying to do too much. Red jasper, especially when you meditate with it, can really help you to realise what excessive things you're doing out of obligation to please someone else and what actually isn't serving you on your path. Red jasper can help you to see what you've been doing ongoingly that could have been stopped a while ago because it's no longer serving you in that type of way. What I love about red jasper as well is although it is a grounding crystal, it also has a connection to the planet Mars. Now Mars is fiery and progressive. So as you start to realize what is not serving you and what is causing that overwhelm, it will give you the motivation and the courage to get out there and start making these changes as well. If you do what you've always done, you can surround yourself in crystals, but you're going to keep on getting overwhelmed by those challenges every day. Red jasper inspires you to simplify your life, to make it less overwhelming so that overall you're feeling more grounded each and every day. For grounding, I also love Smoky Quartz. Of course, all quartzes grow in a point, and anything that grows in a point sends more energy into your system, into your body, and into your aura and that type of thing. Smoky Quartz, of course, being brown, gives you more grounding and soothing and comforting energy. It can help you feel really at home and really comfortable in the space you're in, especially when you're feeling really overwhelmed. Smoky Quartz is also a really powerful crystal for helping you connect more with the earth. And one of the best things we can do when we are feeling overwhelmed and to help us ground is do some earthing or some grounding. Bare feet, on the ground, on the earth, on rocks or stone or just bare earth or whatever, or the lawn at home, whatever it may be. Holding your Smoky Quartz and holding that in your hands, it will really help you to connect with that earth. Now that can just be to let go of some of those worries and can see the good old roots growing into the ground and your worries going through the roots and being rebalanced by the earth, or you can start to feel a greater connection to the earth. When we feel that sense of oneness, we actually start to feel a bit more like, hey, we're all in this together and it's all going to be fine. Another way that you can use Smoky Quartz or a jasper is as a worry stone. Do you notice when your thoughts are going around in your head, they're kind of all over the place and they're kind of, scattered? Whereas if you say them out loud or write them out, it linearizes them. So when you're feeling stressed, when you're feeling ungrounded, grab either your Smoky Quartz or your red jasper and either speak to it like a worry doll. Make it a worry stone and tell it your worries, or write them out and send that worry into that crystal and then leave either one of them on the earth or bury them in the earth to let go of that energy overnight. Smoky Quartz, because of its nice soothing energy, is especially great in the bedroom at night. Although I recommend not having too many crystals in the bedroom, if you are worrying and there's things stressing you out throughout the night, Smoky Quartz could be a good one to bring into your bedroom and either put on your bedside table or pop a small tumbled stone in your pillow slip. Okay, I need you to be honest with me now. Can you sometimes be a bit of a drama queen or a crisis junkie and you end up getting worked up and into these dramas? Is there always drama in your life and it just feels like you can't get on with your own life because there's so much happening around you with family or friends or whatever it may be? Well, then the crystal for you is good old hematite. Hematite is iron ore and you'll notice when you hold it, it's just heavy. It actually weighs you down, which is very good in grounding as well. What happens though is hematite is also a stone or a crystal of truth. and it can be used in a couple of different ways to help you get down to the truth of the matter. Sometimes we can get so worked up and so much into the story of something that it actually gets overwhelmed and it gets blown out of proportion. I've seen two people get in the biggest of fights over a story that one of them had generated and the other one generated a different story, and neither of them were anything near the truth. Hematite encourages sensibility, to settle down and just to deal with the cold, hard facts. A couple of great ways to use it is just to wear it on your wrist to help weigh you down in that type of way, or 2 tumbled stones, 1 in each pocket. This is great when you're getting overwhelmed and you're feeling ungrounded physically in life, but also spiritually as well. This can be really great. Another great thing you can do with hematite is called scrying. So for scrying with hematite, you need a larger, shiny piece. And what you want to do is you want to have either moonlight or candlelight, kind of reflecting on that. Gaze at that piece of hematite and allow your eyes to go out of focus. Kind of like you're daydreaming, but keep your attention there. This will help to shut off the conscious mind and it will help to bring answers up. Remember in the good old Disney movies when the fortune teller would look into the crystal ball? That's a form of scrying, but this time you're using hematite. And this can be when we relax our kind of conscious mind, we allow different messages to come up and we can start to get to the truth of the matter. So if your source of overwhelming is things are dramatic, things are out of proportion, and you need to get back to the cold, hard facts and truth, then hematite is a crystal I'd recommend for you. Let's be honest, sometimes for all of us, life is a bit of a shitstorm. And when that's the case and you need some really heavy grounding, almost anchoring, then I would go for Nuummite. Nuummite is a very old crystal. You can see it's black and it's got some little sparkles in it there, long strips of sparkle. Found in Nuuk in Iceland. And this is my favourite crystal when I am feeling overwhelmed, scattered and can't concentrate anymore. What I'll do is I either wear it or hold it and I really just focus on my breath. Other things that can really help is drumming music. And listening to drums, or even if you have a drum, playing a drum. Boom, 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 boom. Getting back to the heartbeat of Mother Earth and the heartbeat of yourself and just the core importance and that kind of thing can really bring you down. If you have felt spiritually overwhelmed, if you're struggling with retrogrades, if you're struggling with a full moon, then Nuummite could be a really great one for you. Nuummite also, if you've seen my videos on protection, is also very protective. So sometimes when there's so many different things coming at us, we need a bit of a shield to stop. Nuummite is really good for that as well. My favourite meditation to do with Nuummite is to visualize yourself not just laying on the earth, but slowly laying on the earth and then the earth encompassing you, where you actually go into the earth. Now that can sometimes feel a little claustrophobic to some people, but if you can just relax into it and become one with Mother Earth, it can actually become really quite comforting. You can also call on Bear Guide. Bear I find really soothing and calming and protective as well, and harmonizes really well with Nuummite. So if things have kind of got really crazy and out of hand, you need protection, you need shielding, you just need to really anchor yourself in, and all of those kind of crystals like Hematite or Red Jasper or Smoky Quartz that we talked about just don't seem to be cutting it. Bring out the big guns and bring out Nuummite. The final crystal I want to talk about isn't so much grounding that it feels like it's weighing you down, it's more centering. Do you ever feel scattered, that you've got different parts of you all over the place? You know, someone wants you here and someone wants you there and the phone's ringing and there's emails to be answered and you just feel like you've left all bits of yourself there and you just want to center yourself again, like a big, strong tree. Well, the crystal for that I absolutely love is Kyanite. And Kyanite comes in a range of different colours. You can see here I've got orange, blue, black and green. Now, this is especially good for empaths. Empaths are people who feel that they are able to connect to other people's emotional energy quite easily. So when someone around them is overly emotional, it impacts them. Or empaths can become overwhelmed in busy places, like busy restaurants or nightclubs or concerts or so on. What happens with Kyanite is it helps to detach that kind of those emotional cords or those things that you're scattered and recenter you. Sometimes I nickname Kyanite to be spiritual barbed wire. It puts barbed wire around you and allows you to regain your own balance so that you feel centered and grounded again. Now this is what I love about nature. When you talk to empaths, what I found is they tend to feel it in one of three places. They'll feel it in the gut, around kind of like they get a gut feeling, which is near our sacral chakra, and we have orange Kyanite for that. Or they'll feel it in the heart. Of course, that's near our green chakra, so you can use green Kyanite. or they'll feel it in the mind and they feel overwhelmed mentally. And then we've got the indigo or the deep blue kyanite. So ideally, if you're an empath and you feel it in one of those three centers, those colors would be best. But overall, I find any of the kyanites to be really good for putting that spiritual barbed wire around you, allowing all those demands to leave you alone, leaving you alone as though you're in a log cabin for a week all by yourself. And you find that you center, all your energy comes back as one, and you feel centered and grounded. So these are some of my favorite crystals to help me feel grounded when I'm feeling overwhelmed, stressed, or there's too many demands on me and I'm not handling them too well. I'd love to know about which ones have helped with you. Leave a comment in the section below and let us know what you use and how you use it. We can all learn together. Now, if you'd like to learn more about any of the crystals I talked about, I've got big single videos on each of them about how they're good for grounding, but other uses for them as well. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch this video. I'm Adam Barralet. Blessed be.